And hello everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Overview. And today I'm going to be taking a look at the Fugitive suits. These are one of two sets of suits that Ninja got in Crystallize. We're technically the same suits. The other suit is just these suits with armor. But I'm going to be taking a look at them in two separate videos. And before I get into the actual individual reviews, I just want to say that these right here were the first ninja suits in a very long time to be unified. So that means all the ninja have the same basic design, just with a few small things changed around, like the belts. I believe this is the first time since Season 6, Skybound, back in 2015. I believe that was the last time all the ninja were unified. And I do prefer when they all have the same basic suits. So I think it's really nice that we're back to having the more unified look. Okay, first up here is Cole. He came in one set in 2022. And now this is my favorite out of the 5. I just think that the colors on him work the best. Because for pretty much every other ninja, they have their base color, and then on top of that is their secondary color, which is just a darker version of their primary color. So like on Kai, his primary color is red, and then just a dark red on top of it, with not a whole lot to break it up. So I think that's why Cole is my favorite, because he uses black for the base color, his primary color, then gray, which is a pretty different color from black, and then orange as well, which is a lot brighter than gray and black. And also, yes, I know that this right here is the wrong hood. I don't know where the proper hood went, but this is pretty close. It's just missing the printing on the headband. Going over the basic design, they have two straps coming down here in the middle. Then they have like these like shoulder pad like things here, with two straps with a strap coming off of those, wrapping around to the back. A belt here, like a belt here on like the top of their waist, and another belt on their legs. They use their secondary color for their arms, black hands, the Season 11 shoulder pad, and the Legacy mask. Taking off his armor and turning him around, you can see that he just has the typical movie head that he's had since the movie back in 2017. You can see on the back that there's like shoulder pads like wrap around to the back. So I don't know, I guess they're not really shoulder pads. I don't really know what they are. And the straps also continue from the front. You can see he has his initial there in the center, and his initial pop just stands out so much more than all the others, because his secondary color is so different from his primary color. And then also they all have like these weird like paw looking designs, like pattern, which does look really good, I think. And Sue would look pretty plain without it, I think. So yeah, Cole is by far my favorite out of the 5. Okay, now Zane is my second favorite out of the 5. I believe that's because the gray is a different enough color from the white to stand out a bit more. And then he also uses blue, which is a nice way, which does break up the gray and white. I don't have a whole lot to say, because I pretty much went over everything with Cole. Turning him around, you can see that his initial does stand out quite a bit because it is blue, and this is the only blue on the back. Also, I think mine might be a little misprinted, since, see, it's not centered. Okay, I guess one interesting thing that he does use is like this brown for his belt and knee pads, which is a color that he's never used before. as well as tan for his undershirt, which he has used before. He uses this brown, and I don't think it looks bad, but I don't know, it doesn't really fit that well, and it doesn't look the best, I think. Okay, next up here we got Kai, and I don't know if I like Kai or Lloyd better. I think I would have to say Kai, and I'll say why when we get to Lloyd. But yeah, but with these last three suits, you can see that this is what I'm talking about. The red is his primary color, and then the secondary color is dark red, which is very similar to normal red. So it all just kind of blends together. And while yes, that is similar for the Dragon's Rising suits, the main difference is that the Dragon's Rising suits are a much, much simpler design. There isn't nearly as much going on. So only having the two colors works, I think, here. But then with the crystallized suits, there is a lot more going on. And then the two colors just blend together so much. You can't really see a whole lot of that detail very well, since the two colors are so similar. He does use white for his initial, but I don't know, it just looks out of place to me, because there isn't any other white on the torso or legs. And the only other place that there is white is for the initial on the mask, which you're never going to be seeing these two initials at the same time when you have to figure out together. So I don't know. So it just looks out of place. He does use silver, which is really nice, because Kai rarely ever uses silver. He's pretty much always used gold, and whenever he does use silver, it looks really nice. So I really like to see him use silver here. Okay, now Jay, though, like Dragon's Rising, is by far my least favorite. Same thing with Kai. He uses blue is his primary color, and then dark blue is his secondary color, so they just blend together a lot. But then Kai at least had the brown undershirt and brown knee pads to break it up a little bit. But the only brown that Jay uses is on the belt. The knee pads are the same shade of blue as his body and legs, and in the undershirt is just another lighter shade of blue. Like, it looks good, it looks fine, but there's just so much blue with not really much to break it up. It all blends together, I think. He also has a dark blue mask. He also has a dark blue mask and a blue headband, which is opposite from everybody else. And I don't know, I'm mixed on it. I do think that he looks slightly better with just like the normal blue mask. But I don't know. I don't hate this though. Again, like Kai, he uses white for his initial on the back. Which I don't mind as much as Kai. Like, it has the same problems of it just looking out of place. But I don't think it looks as out of place, because I think white just goes better with blue than white does with red. What I think that they should have done is continue using the bright orange that they were using for him with the island and Seabound, and keep using that color for J figures. I think that color would have looked great here on this figure, like maybe for like the straps right here, and then for his belt. I think that would have looked great and just broken up the color scheme a bit more. It would have just helped to break up the blue more. And finally here we have Lloyd, who is for some reason not the exact same as all the others. I do not get why, but they for some reason decided to make him different from all the others. Like, see, he has these ripped straps hanging down. I don't get why. He never had those in the show, and none of the others have those. I don't get why he does. Now, what could maybe, possibly, I don't think so, But it could be the reason for this is because while all the other four all came in the same set, all four of those came in the same set, and that was the only set they came in. Lloyd came in a different set than all the others, so I don't know why they would change the design if that's the reason. I don't know. I don't even think I'm making sense. And those straps are the reason that I just barely prefer Kai over Lloyd. It's because Kai is more show accurate. He also uses gold and not silver like everybody else, which I'm pretty sure that part was in the show. But still, I would have much preferred if he used silver. I don't really have much else to say about this. This was the last Lloyd suit to use normal green before they switched over to bright green with Dragons Rising. And I think he does have the same problems as Kai and Jay with the normal green and dark green just being too similar to each other. So it all just kind of blends together. But it is helped a little by those straps, so I guess it is one good thing about the straps, but I still would just prefer it if they weren't there. I didn't even notice this till now, but he uses gold for his initial on the back, which I don't like that. I don't like that. Why? Why? If I remember right, he did just have white. And why is he using gold here? Again, the gold looks out of place because he doesn't use gold anywhere else on the back, and I don't get it. And he barely uses any gold on the front. I don't think the gold looks good. I don't think that gold looks good there. He still has more of those straps hanging down, loosely hanging there for some reason. So yeah, I really do not know why Lloyd is for some reason strangely inaccurate to the show. There was no reason for it. But that is it. This video is a lot shorter than the last one, episode 1, because here we only had 5 figures to take a look at instead of 8. So that's nice. Overall, I do like these suits. I do wish that we got to see them more in the show, because I'm pretty sure they had these for like less than 10 episodes and crystallized. They are overall good set of suits though. I prefer how they look. They got like the minifigures here than in the show. I don't know. In the show, I'm not a huge fan of how these look in the show. And I think they look better here. It's probably the only time that you're ever going to hear me say that. Except for maybe one other set of suits. But yeah, I especially like Cole. That is actually probably one of my favorite Cole suits of all time. And then probably some of my least favorite Lloyd, Kai, and Jay suits of all time. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you took 2 seconds to like and subscribe. And with that, thanks for watching. Bye.